This video is sponsored by HelloFresh. Well, we finally made it, covering the final GTA game that we'll ever play in our lifetime. This is actually my first time ever playing GTA 5, like so many other titles I've covered so far, so let's go. Rockstar seemed to have learned from the slow intro of GTA 4 that going back to GTA 3's high action opening is much better for grabbing our attention.
In there! Sit tight! I'll handle the plastic!
Don't blow yourself up!
This is common throughout the entire game, but I still love even when they're robbing and hurting people, they still carry on with their lovely friendly banter. The phone from 9 years ago isn't some smartphone. Attention to detail. I kinda miss these older brick phones. Everyone had a different model and it was fun comparing them. Now it's all just skinny glass. Anyone remember the cool kids were the ones that had the sliding full keyboard? Man, after the crazy heists we go on later, this take of 178,000 just feels like pocket change.
You forget 1,000 things every day. How about you make sure this is one of them?
Every morally great protagonist has to have their action hero line. And right away we're introduced to the mechanic that blew my mind back in 2013. Being able to swap between all of our characters seamlessly was like black magic on the PS3.
You didn't have to do that!
Right from the start, we're shown one of the biggest contrasts between Michael and Trevor. Traits that we see influence heavily what they become over the next 9 years.
There'll be time for grieving later!
Yeah, you got that right.
Some foreshadowing to Trevor's grief about Michael's death. Made even better, having Michael bitingly say, "Yeah, you got that right," to Trevor.
If I'm gonna die breathing right!
Trevor may be insane, but more often than not, I swear he's got his head more squarely on his shoulders about what really matters more than any of our other principal characters.
Shit. Put that bitch's face against the glass. Did you see that? Yeah, you're a real stout.
Michael doesn't take pleasure in this work he does. At least not the violence. Boy sure does love his money though. Stephen Ogg is such a treasure. Loved him here and loved him in The Walking Dead. All three of our leads are great in their own ways, but none of them hold a candle to just how entertaining everything that comes from Trevor's mouth is.
Come on, let's get to the chopper!
Get to the chopper!
Was that low-hanging fruit? Absolutely, but I enjoyed it.
Alright, Brad's gonna be fine. We gotta get the out of here.
Even upon rewatching this, I barely noticed it was our boy Davey shooting and that this was all a setup for Michael to get out of the game. And notice that Davey takes care to hit Mike and Brad in the same place.
Gotta get out of here.
I'm gonna leave you, Mikey!
Who would have expected Crazy Trevor to be the most loyal of the bunch? Frank's got a case, but you know.
A good kid. He sits on his ass all day, smoking dope and jerking off while he plays that fucking game. If that's our standard for goodness, no wonder this country's screwed.
I'm sure the irony of the statement isn't lost on anyone, as this is coming from the murdering bank heist man. And it's coming from Michael, the man who played directly into the American dream. GTA has always parodied and commented on American culture, and I feel GTA 5 does more so than in previous titles. Mostly due to the fact of social media and technology becoming ubiquitous during this game's development. They had a lot to chew on. By this virtue and having 3 characters from vast walks of life makes GTA 5's story a lot more relatable to many more people. Dan Houser, vice president of Rockstar, even said himself in an interview that with each new title they want to try and reach a new audience. Boy, you can't tell me this man doesn't look like Walter Psychiatrist from Breaking Bad Season 2.
Overriding futility is a vital part of the process.
Kinda wish I heard that when I was going. Therapy is a weird thing for sure, but everyone should give it a shot. Now, we don't all have time to go to therapy, but food always brings happiness, and to get some of that time back, look no further than HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a service that ships delicious, pre-portioned recipes straight to your front door, saving you time from the grocery store and preparing your meals. Between seeing friends and family, going to the gym, and making these videos, HelloFresh has helped me steal back time to put it into more important things. And you might not know this, but anyone you ask would be able to tell you. I'm a horrible picky eater, almost always going super basic. And HelloFresh accommodates people like me, or even others that love complicated recipes. There's something here for everyone as you get complete control over what exactly comes in all your meals. And even beyond that, you can have a say in shipment frequency and portion sizes. If you're a busy bee and need some time back, then use my link or go to HelloFresh.com and use code POGGAMINGWMAY16 for up to 16 free meals plus 3 surprise gifts. Gifts includes free appetizers, free desserts, and free premium recipes across 6 HelloFresh boxes. Plus, free shipping. There's only so many hours in the day, and we all gotta eat. Oh baby, Rockstar never misses with their intro music. That bass line is too damn groovy.
This legit business. Legit? Oh yeah, I forgot, huh? 401ks, tax returns and all.
Franklin from start to finish has always been looking for a way out, so to speak. This wasn't some brand new ideal of his when he found out he could make it big with Michael. This opening drive through Los Santos is a great way to show off this incredible world Rockstar has created, but you'll also notice we drive through some of the main locations we fought around at in the game. Chief among them, the Depository, which at the start, Franklin does not want to mess with.
Whatever, n***. I'll let something flow through your ass.
Dog, I ain't too sure that joke works, dog.
Who you calling the n***?
No, I'm not calling nobody.
Wait, what the fuck?
Lamar is right up there with Trevor for me for some of the funniest reactions.
This is the best part. Watch this when he real him in. He gonna get all his full money. Watch this.
Even when Frank is trying to make an honest living, he's just helping rip people off in another way.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Maybe if you got rid of that old yee ass haircut you got, you get some bitches on your dick. Oh, better yet, maybe Tanisha will call your dog ass if she ever stop fucking with that brain surgeon or lawyer she fucking with.
And the best meme to ever come out of this game was born. But what makes this even better is how at a loss for words Frank is.
What?
Yeah, I wouldn't have anything smart to say either after being demolished like that.
So good to see you. So good. Hold me.
Simeon's just like all of our grandmas.
But I gotta move forward in my life. It seems like all I do is let people tell me what to do and I do it and nothing changes.
That's why Death Wish is the best, in my opinion, canon ending for the game. Franklin finally completing his arc of taking control for once.
My boy, you tell me exactly what you want, and I will very carefully explain to you why it cannot be.
What?
Who am I kidding? Everyone is killing it in the acting department. Every time Sean Fontano said what had me rolling.
Board doing this shit. Big dog, big nuts. When names is on the motherfucking board, I want to see my name at the top of that motherfucking. Next to it, it needs to say winner.
I could listen to Mar just roll off the top all day. Almost everything he says is gold.
We in Vespucci Beach.
The insane amount of renaming of all the LA landmarks never ceased to entertain me. Vespucci instead of Venice, Vinewood, and Hollywood. But the best one's got to be Life Invader for Facebook and Weasel News instead of Fox News. Sometimes being on the nose is exactly what we need. I can't help but wonder just how long Michael was laying under that blanket and what he told his family. Hey, I'm just gonna go take a nap in Jimmy's new car.
I look like a fucking joke to you.
I mean, let me play a couple missions seeing your family life and you might not like it, the answer. Michael's so interesting. He plugs in Don't Care Anymore by Phil Collins, which perfectly sums up his character. Looking on the surface, it seems like he is just done and ignoring his family, but I think it's a great juxtaposition since he's really lying to himself. He does really care, but has become so jaded over the years of living this meaningless life. It's also such a fun nod to his love of all things 80s. Michael is constantly living and longing for the past, and look who shows up to give him the perfect excuse to get back into the game.
Thinks that imported palm trees are a good substitute for not really knowing what the you're doing on this earth.
Take it from Michael, and take it from me. Materialism doesn't help. The adage money doesn't buy happiness is thrown around so much, we started not believing it.
Or it's not, but it's partly your fault. I mean, I just want to impress you.
Jimmy can see what Michael wants out of a son, hence Mike imprinting so hard on Franklin.
Franklin, would you do me a favor and give this kid a ride home after they fix this thing?
And Michael just seems to not be able to stop outsourcing his problems. Who does that remind you of?
Come on, man, let's trick this whip, homie.
Trying to relate.
Here, hey, you play Righteous Slaughter?
Nah, not since the first couple.
Okay.
That little okay. I feel you, Jimmy.
I mean, I hope so, because my mom was kind of a skank back in the day.
Back in the day?
You win?
Get I'm in, let's roll. Let's get this motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Get you a ride or die like Frank.
Whatever.
I told you I comped the session, bud.
Silver linings, you know?
But sometimes it's gotta get worse to get better.
You could apply that to the entire story of this game.
And nail my wife? Are you f***ing kidding me? I'm gonna stick up my hand and say that was uncool, bud. My bad.
Hey, you know, at least he apologized.
Now maybe give him a little of a background.
Man, Mr. Madrazo.
Man, you know a bad guy's got pull when he makes your protagonist explain how big his dick is.
I'm gonna have to give an old friend a call. Lester.
We were all expecting him to say Trevor, and with the fact that he's been nowhere to be seen, builds anticipation for seeing him, and what the heck happened after Michael faked his death.
Thank you, Lester. You gonna let me in or what?
In 2 seconds, we were shown everything we need to know about where they stand with each other, and I love it. It's how me and my friends greet each other all the time.
That f*** is a lying bastard. I've read his emails. He's a f***ing cheat. Well, now it's payback time, you lying turd.
After all those F-bombs, the best you can come up with is lying turd. Never change, Lester.
Take this fashionably retro weird for a 45-year-old man, but I cannot let go of the 1980s bag and dress yourself up like a billionaire math genius with low-level Asperger's.
Maybe I get ahead of myself. Everyone has their moment of just popping off and letting every single adjective that they have in their little noggin fly, and it never gets old. Yeah, all the porn is funny and all, and poking fun at the possible incompetence of people who run Facebook is cool, but the mouse putting up a middle finger is the cherry on top for me.
Room, when Norris announces it at the keynote, minds are gonna blow.
Just some foreshadowing to what almost feels like terrorism, but does it count if it's against a shape-shifting space lizard like the Zuck? Everything inside the studio is just great, especially these whiteboards, super subtly exposing I mean, Life Invader.
A-hole drank my effing hemp milk! There was a totally non-passive-aggressive note on it!
Teabag time, my friend!
Lester, did you hear me? Are you playing that game?
Hates on Jimmy, but lets it slide for Lester. Yeah, Lester's helping you out, but it's your son, goddammit. I guess, biting your tongue?
Full-on, weapons-grade, red alert, world domination!
I was losing my mind at this keynote. This is satire done right.
Hello?
The hints went completely over my head that this is where it was going, and I jumped and audibly gasped. You could say, it blew my mind.
We hit a bank in the sticks or we do a store. Which do you like?
Well, we'll get around to both eventually, so...
Eyes. Moses, ironically, he found Jesus.
Damn it, Lester, you took my win from me.
There was an Eastern European guy making moves in Liberty City, but he went quiet.
Woo! Nico nod, but also, like, sad.
Nice to see the methods haven't changed.
Michael, enjoying the one thing that hasn't gone the way of big tech.
You can guess. The pay will be awful, and the risk will be high. But you might learn something, if you're interested.
Some straight-laced honesty, with a good silver lining.
Hey, don't be talking shit about your auntie, man. She cool as a motherfucker, man. Come on.
Yo, I mean, compliments, no?
I don't care if you is pregnant. That ain't mine.
You gotta love all the offhanded comments you hear in this game just walking around. I gotta say, of all the abilities each character has, Franklin is hands down the best, especially driving on mouse and keyboard. Baby, this came in handy. And on that note, their abilities suit their characters perfectly. Frank knows his way around the wheel with him always being the getaway. Trevor's crazy man, so he can just tank bullets and deal more damage. And Michael is always the brains of the operation, requiring his focus, hence his bullet time.
Nightclub singer with a broken heart. I still love you, Toby.
Hold of yourself. I just want you to do something. Besides, sit there, eating.
If it wasn't obvious by now, Michael's entire home life is a bowl of hypocrisy. Getting mad at Jimmy for sitting on his ass while he's downstairs doing the same thing. The yacht's called Dignity, which is exactly what both Michael has and Tracy's gonna lose.
Look who's bizarre. What's happening with it, man?
Oh, no.
Damn, left him hanging. Safe to say Frank isn't cool with Stretch.
We all big homies, but he bigger, right?
Exactly. Man, that's some pyramid scheme bullshit.
We constantly hear Franklin talking about pyramid schemes in relation to business Lomar is bringing in. Frank and him have been busting moves for years and have nothing to show for it because they've always been working under someone else. Frank's always been the realist in the group, and after catching a whiff of Michael's game, he's leveling up, so to speak. Also, he gets into some dirty insider trading with Lester later, so Franklin kind of knows his stuff.
You get what you give, fool. You been getting, but you ain't giving it, huh?
Super clever, funny, biting way of calling Stretch the top of the pyramid.
Thanks for being a part of our little operation. We're all professionals. We all know the score.
I love the juxtaposition between having the previous mission go to complete shit because of trust and people trying to pull one on each other straight to this one. It hits harder for the player to see exactly what Franklin was trying to relay to Lamar about growing up in the game.
One extreme pressure applied to the staff. The customers are to be calmly subdued.
Notice how Michael still keeps that little soft spot I mentioned at the start of the game.
A crew will only work when there's trust.
Trevor knows this, hence breaking it off after finding out Michael used Brad to escape. Watching Michael operate, we can see his professionalism at every turn, such as here when he's about to hit the security card but notices he's complying completely, and there's no need. You know, I have to say, the heist ain't no Payday 2, but whenever is there a full-blown chase scene after a job in that game, so...
Besides, I didn't have nothing to do with it. Whatever the hell it is you're talking about.
God, I love Frank. Just appreciating a pro going to work. Even though Davey 100% knows. Rockstar's got some balls waiting to bring in their most entertaining character for a few hours. In a way that feels oh so natural too.
I don't mean nothing by it, man.
I know.
I'm messed up.
I know, cowboy. It's okay, man.
Man, what a way to show how much pull Trevor's got. Getting away with taking this man's girl and making him apologize.
His name is Michael Townley.
Michael Townley to DeSanta. Even his name after dying got a facelift.
The Aztecas. It's just a name. Is he Illuminati as well? Anunnaki? Huh? One of those lizard people?
I don't know, ask Jay Norris. Oh, wait.
Our enterprise ain't just about math. It's about guns, too.
Diversifying income streams. We see just how smart Trevor really is, even considering his current company and employment.
If I say something is going to happen, it's going to. Maybe not today or tomorrow.
Not today, not tomorrow, but I'm gonna kill you.
You need some seatbelts back here, or straps or something.
I only keep things in the back I don't mind losing.
Ah, poor Wade. Always getting the short end of the stick from Trevor.
The is wrong with him?
Interesting that Trevor works with a bunch of meth heads, but isn't willing to work with Mr. Chang.
Nice, right? There you go.
You know what? I'll have what he's having.
One of these assholes is having a seizure or something. That's me! Better than any in this sorry country.
Hey, the Canadian finally comes out, and Trevor, eh?
That was a mighty fine statue, Trev.
That was a mighty fine piece of plastic. But there is no price for emotional attachment.
Granted, he's using this as a way to rip Ron off, but it speaks to what Trevor and Michael's worldviews have become since Yankton.
I need to meditate. Or masturbate. Or both.
Meta bait? Well, now we know Trevor's cool because... Man, they didn't have to do it, but so many conversations are animated in the cars. Most of the time, you're never even gonna see them. Attention to detail.
You keep this up, you're not gonna get there at all.
Can you tell me a story?
No, Wade.
Let's play a game then.
These two are honestly kind of cute. Even beyond, punching and death threats. It's like a father and son. In a weird way, Trevor seems to care more about Wade and his crew than Michael does for his family. So this game is actually massive, even by today's standards. And Rockstar finally got to create LA in the way they couldn't when San Andreas came out. And though we really want GTA 6, Rockstar has stated that they only want to create the next one when they believe they actually have something new and innovative to offer. I understand the annoyance with GTA Online being pushed so hard, but it makes complete sense, especially when they look at their bottom line. I'd rather not have GTA 6 if it's just a forced production to meet demand. When there's no passion behind a project, what's the point,
Somebody say yoga?
That's a fun line to come in on Michael with. Since yoga's meant to be meditative and clear the soul. Protecting your boy, as I'm sure Michael's 100% expecting retribution. Man, look how sheepish Fabian is around Trevor. Anyone that treat a woman like he does is a little when met with some reality.
Good Lord.
And is Trevor talking about his piece?
Get your girl from these assholes. You're not abandoning her like you did me and Brad.
Uncle Trev, stop. You're gonna bring a tear to my eye.
You live in Los Santos?
A few hours away.
Huh. A few hours away. Like it isn't some 5-minute drive for us. A cute little reminder that this world has been condensed for, the sake of a game. But canon distances still apply to our characters.
What are you guys doing here?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Okay, I'm back.
Man, Miel Sennett really sells a Valley Girl, and that, okay, I'm back, is honestly endearing. Also, points for Tracy and Trevor's relationship. I mean, hey, they're still gonna air the episode. Probably the most exciting thing to happen all day.
This is your daughter. You should be wanting to rip the f***ing ponytail off the back of this guy's head.
He'll get there.
Pants off.
Judging by Michael's reaction, he's seen this go down once or twice before.
I'm going home.
How the f*** did you do it without me for 9 years, huh?
Man, you found a best friend when no matter how much time has passed, you just pick up like nothing has changed.
Stuff, I can cop a plea, get 5 years, but you...
You ungrateful prick.
You really surprised by government workers? After all you've been through?
Back from the dead, mother.
Remember when Lester mentioned everything just being sequels now?
Way I see it, man, the least I can do is help you.
It's a death sentence, Franklin.
Part of me kind of wishes the end of the game left with all three of our leads dead. So much of the game made it felt like Death Wish was for real. I don't know. For me, it'd be cathartic to see our men finally come together at the end and also remind us that, hey, this life only ends in one way. But also that plays against the fantasy that GTA is all about. So, super fun camera movement. This whole scene is shot from Michael's right shoulder, and as Haynes lays into them about their screw up at the job and applies his power over them, the camera slides to Michael's other shoulder, indicating that shift of power.
Trevor Phillips.
Oh, you're crazy. I ain't calling him.
I thought you might say that, so we had him picked up.
Clever, clever. Only asking him to pry about just to see exactly where Michael stands with him, as I'm sure they know about their little bonding moment over Laszlo. That's cute. Frank's kinda stunned about being in the big leagues now. Probably never done work in a helo.
What, am I detecting some sort of, son I never had bullshit here, Mikey, huh?
Love that Trevor always calls it as he sees it.
That's Trevor, my best friend. That's Franklin, the son I always wanted.
About time Michael takes things as they are rather than they should be. I'm getting some big Operation Skyhook vibes here.
You're a protege.
Yeah, what, you gonna teach him to be old before his time?
Yeah, to never grow up.
Some tight dialogue there. Michael caught between his two lives and Trevor seeing through it all.
You low-life, whoremongering asswipe!
Did someone say yoga?
Ha! She calls him a whore as Fabian walks in around the corner. Did someone say, I believe?
Bullshit. Threatening to molest your online buddies is bull.
Well, what else are you supposed to say when the enemy team is all flesh and your friend chokes on the cleanup?
I always thought I was the good guy.
As much as this isn't how an LSD trip goes, maybe you could argue it's DMT with the aliens, but that's neither here nor there because my point is, psychedelics have a way of putting a mirror up to you and asking you to face yourself, so they got that much right.
Decided to move out for a while. You promised me you'd change, and you haven't changed a bit.
It's interesting that in a way, this isn't all on Michael. She started cheating on him, which made him understandably angry, so he ripped the house down. Then had to make money back, which got him entangled in the game. He just wants to protect Tracy from her very obvious poor decisions, and Jimmy literally drugged him to get some probable cause to move out. Well, I mean, Michael did drive them all to do those things through being an absentee father, so I'm glad they go to family therapy later.
So you giving me a lecture about not being a good enough gangbanger?
Gangs is positive. That's all we got. That's our heritage.
In the context of the game, it's really interesting that Franklin being pulled by Lamar wanting to, in a way, live in the past, facing the same struggle as Michael at every turn, and still tries to reject it, only to run his new game with Michael, which will ultimately land him in the same place. It's a parallel story to how Michael has been leaving his family behind. Also, Michael ran away from his family, i.e. Trevor. It's my favorite theme throughout the game about holding on to family and the little that we got.
And aunt, my mother's old dried up ass sister.
Shut the f up!
What the f, Trevor? Smart play, though, to get his family liking him.
I said something nice, not expensive. You want to be a greedy f***ing cow, huh? No. Now get the f*** out here.
Maybe I got a bit ahead of myself. Trevor did tell a story about him being discharged from mental instability, after all.
Oh,
How about a taste?
no, man, we leaving.
I want a taste of the other side of the brick.
Now you heard what your boy said. You're leaving.
Hey, give me the back!
Just a quick little show don't tell about the experience level between these men.
Man, that's motherfucking drywall. Hey, we got some motherfucking buyer's remorse out here.
That's a fun way to call out your boys.
You. Where did we meet?
Nowhere, pal.
Yeah, we did.
Guessing Trevor would never forget the face of the man that shot his two best buds.
Ain't gonna let those G-man scumbags tell me what to do.
What?
Trevor's sense of morality is all over the place. Will torture this man and maybe enjoy it some, but doesn't want to outright kill him. Hilarious. See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. You know, like turning a blind eye to evil, to working with these corrupt weirdos.
Oh yeah? Well, you're like a exactly like a
Sometimes you don't need to be clever to get your point across.
You can say whatever you want about Trevor, but he got it done.
Yep, let's hope so.
Michael knows what's up. Knows you gotta have the right people to flip the score. You know, this is all very high-stakes stuff, stealing a super weapon and all. But I just can't take my eyes off Lester's ass.
So you mean to tell me this shit was all for nothing? Man, it's the hood all over again.
See what I meant earlier about ending up in the same place?
mouse to feed, amigo.
Tell me about it.
Man, I know he's kind of unstable and just stole a super weapon, but look at those puppy dog eyes. I feel kind of bad for the little psycho.
That's no dog.
And at least we're not wearing clown outfits. There's a plus.
Oh, Trevor, my sweet summer child.
Real professional.
Well, you did ask Frank to get them. What'd you expect?
I just like sitting around watching old movies.
Oh, there we go. How about I hook you up with Solomon Richards?
It's always a carrot or a stick with these guys.
Him and my son, they want to put me out to pasture so they can turn this place into condos or a theme park or something.
Once they get what they need from someone, they'll just get rid of it or repurpose it. Take a look at Devin asking Franklin to kill Mike.
Sorry for the misunderstanding, sir. And you will always appreciate the opportunity he's given you.
Yeah, that's not coming from some deep-rooted issues he's got with his son.
And this story is the best kind of art. A simplistic, cliche-ridden pile of dross that you will turn into magic.
Man, was I really hoping that was going to be the case here. Don't get me wrong, the game was fun, but it ain't no Red Dead when it comes to storytelling. Hence why the script may be a little sparse and we kind of flew through this game.
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we will, homie.
Frank never pipes up about any of the mocking he receives from every character. Talk about biting your tongue. And hey, the only person that never does it is Michael. Well, he does it once at the start, but never once after that. I'll give Rockstar's mission design this. In GTA 5, what we're doing is much more varied than we find in Red Dead Redemption, which normally is riding to a shootout and maybe hurting some cattle. Here we've got heists, racing, running a crane, diving. Helps keep the missions from getting too stale.
Gimme 5, 5, and 5. Oh, hey, chest kiss, homie.
I swear to God that Devin's on something all the time. No one's this uppity and out of touch. Then again, the world is full of surprises.
Oh, he like to you what you were to me. I see your house. I think this dude can take me places.
I don't know, Frank. Sounds like a pyramid scheme to me.
So we just go house to house.
Not quite.
Trevor's little crush on Molly is kinda cute. Maybe a little creepy. But he's never so overt as to cross any lines.
Put up your hands and stand where I can see you.
All right, you got me, homie.
This is kind of cute. The two with the least amount of history are finally becoming buds.
You know how to work that face recognition shit already?
Well, figure it out.
I mean, honesty. But if anyone could figure it out on the job, it's Trevor Phillips.
Mr. Clinton.
Man, you just gotta love the AI in this game. Really gives you the honest-to-goodness LA driving experience.
Man, it's hard driving with you up there watching me, dog. I get self-conscious and shit.
It's kind of like pooping while someone's watching you, you know what I mean? No? Alright.
You know, if this beauty was a woman, I'd have to break my 20 and under rule.
Man,
Yo, what the fuck? Man, dude, they do a good job at making these guys seriously killable by the end. But I can't say I didn't laugh in shock at the absurdity of the comment.
Oh.
Michael can't even be bothered anymore.
Terrifying psychopath who tried to kill me.
Exactly.
All the villains we face, on one hand, feel so blown out of proportion and cartoony. But on the other, there's an uncanny realness to the candor all these men carry on about being a piece of shit that's quite unnerving. Trevor looks back over his shoulder. And sure, yeah, maybe he only started white knighting her after kidnapping her, but foreshadowing to their future love.
The fancier the gun, the bigger the pussy who owns it.
Oof, wouldn't want anyone owning a nuke to hear that. That's like the epitome of fancy, no? Or are we talking like gold slides and such? I don't know. Safe to say Trevor's no pussy. And damn, they weren't kidding when they labeled Michael as the best shot. I could barely even hit a clay pigeon with a shotgun. Even with this game being almost 10 years old, it's still rocking some of the most satisfying driving controls around. Barring games, 100% dedicated to driving, of course.
Seriously, bro, coming all the way out here, we gotta get paid.
Don't worry, Michael. They'll probably just end up blaming Donald Margolis and not Walter White. If you know, you know.
I mean, really, I don't. Answer the question.
That delivery is just perfect.
What kind of f***ing animal do you take me for? No, I didn't kill him.
Oh, fuck.
But I did kidnap his wife.
Hey, at least since now they're in the clear, he's placing the missus up front. Opening the door, carrying her, and everything. Keep it classy, Trev.
Practically.
Oh, baby, I was just waiting until Lamar would be getting tangled up in all this.
Got his wife.
Trevor's got a wife.
No, the Mexican's wife.
What? I don't know what to say about that one.
Nothing.
I haven't mentioned it yet, but the constant pull-ins and outs a la The Office have been great for giving us the feeling of being a fly on the wall during these cutscenes. But sometimes the push-in is just comedy gold with the lines.
I appreciate your honesty. You are a good man. I can see that.
Their relationship is whack. But I'm sure compared to her husband, Trevor is like a rose garden.
Position it.
Fantastic. Let's go.
I'm in.
Whoa, no, not you. Sit down.
Give you a right to die like Michael. Or, maybe not. Considering you know. Trevor is absolutely cracked out of his head. Man, GTA 5 really makes you feel the weight of these planes in a way I was not expecting, especially going from a little crop duster to this big boy. In the wide words of Uber Haxanova, this is what we call a gay tech.
Oh yeah, well I'm not above ripping open your fucking chest to see what's replaced your heart.
Rip it open! See what's there, baby, because I'm ready!
Lovely that these boys can go from this to this.
You are a hipster.
What? You're a hipster. I hate hipsters.
True best friends.
I hate hipsters.
Classic hipster denial.
Damn, does 17-year-old me feel called out like a motherfucker? Any of you relate?
I'm gonna break your fucking fingers. You don't knock that shit off.
Well, please, all right, you'd alleviate the boredom.
That's great. Vsauce Minefield actually did an experiment and found out that humans would rather subject themselves to pain rather than be bored.
What took you so long?
Ah, I'm dead.
An eyelid. That's probably not even human. Unless that gas station job.
Can I get a DLC about the gas station job?
Daddy's been a bad boy. Please, you want a sniff?
Steven, Ogg, once again, is a treasure. Why isn't he more things? I don't care if it's a typecast. I want Steven Ogg and more things. Man, Mrs. M really brought the place together. I would say get yourself a lady like Mrs. M, but that feels like I'd be implying kidnapping, and believe it or not, I'm just not that into it.
Hey, I am so fucking sane that I should open a fucking mental health clinic.
Okay.
Dude, even Mrs. M is enjoying herself. I want these two to elope.
Yeah. Now you're gonna stop being an asshole?
I don't know, but I'll try.
Well, that, I like your honesty on.
Oh, these two. Finally able to joke about their life situations instead of, you know.
Good. Me and MT are gonna take the company chopper and meet you there. Company chopper, yes, Michael, it's a tax write-off.
Applying to the picket fence sensibilities.
You, Franklin. Yeah, it's cool, homie. And thank you, Chop. Hey.
I like to imagine that Frank put a little headset on Chop.
Shit. If it was lies, new age, and arguments about how good life used to be, I could have stayed my ass in Los Santos.
Hello, Franklin.
What's up?
We can all get behind a simple, big, high-stakes shootout, right? Especially when you throw in miniguns in the army.
Nothing increases funding for fighting terrorism more than successful acts of terrorism.
Man, is Rockstar just going all in on the conspiracy theories when it comes to our government?
Just as I was getting used to having the apocalypse in my pocket.
Sounds like a fun action movie title, which is kind of all GTA 5 is for the most part.
And the dead bodies. I'm lucky I'm not one of them.
Come on.
Let's go.
Yo, Steve doing this for the job was actually kind of dope. For maybe like half a second, my opinion on him was changing until, you know.
I've never been so happy and so sad in my life.
You have a beautiful way with words.
Man, poor Trevor. Michael always bringing heartache to him.
Normal so good, huh? Look, Deborah, Floyd, will you marry me?
I really can't tell if he's joking or really having a moment after losing Patricia and just needs someone to love.
So you must know Leon, the old manager.
Leon, I didn't know.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Franklin's catching on.
So, family ain't back yet, huh?
What are you talking about? They're sitting right next to him.
Franklin, he makes us multicultural. Lester makes it cyber. We're like modern America. We just get ourselves a gay friend. Bam!
I honestly may agree with Trevor. Some companies really do just want to tick every box.
Exactly who was buried in your place? You treacherous piece of shit. You're dead. You're dead!
Trevor honestly always seems the smartest of the group, even if Michael can plan a heist well.
This is it. Moment of truth.
I feel like Trevor waits for one final moment to see if Michael will just come out and tell him what he already knows.
Do! I got more to lose than you. Never a truer word has been spoken, brother. Now pull the trigger.
Oh my god, that's so heartbreaking. Trevor's just done now that he doesn't have Michael. T's got a cracked phone. Attention to lifestyle.
What's up, home?
Yeah. Scooch over here.
Scooching in that crazy dude? Oh, hell no, that nigga think.
Get up.
Trev flirting with absolutely everyone never gets old.
Look, let me be the first to tell you. He ain't gonna fall in love with your ass. Now where the f is my money?
Franklin doesn't give two shits. I love it.
We are women and we are free. We're bringing an end to the patriarchy.
Look at Auntie go from slightly complaining about running to leading the pack.
Oh, is that how you act, huh? When a friend makes a mistake, huh?
No,
Really?
man.
Oh,
No.
what? Oh, so what? It's just me getting hurt? Is that funny?
No,
huh?
man.
Well, you! I'm gonna put you in the fucking ground. You laugh at me again.
In case you weren't sure about how he's handling the whole Michael situation, boy can't even laugh with the only other friend he's got.
It was fun, all right? I apologize.
I accept.
I'm a little hard pressed to call this growth, but I'll give it to him after what he just went through.
Nah! Nah! Right? Yeah! Gotcha! Oh, no, I'm not funny.
Man, am I really feeling for T? Not knowing when to laugh with people, how to make them laugh. He just wants a friend. Why am I so sad right now?
Who? My friend Ron met these Chinese assholes. They're from Yangshan in China. We had some problems.
Trevor never wanted Michael dead. I mean, hell, he threw his gun at him while Michael shot him. And here he gives info to F for his rescue. The more I think about it, the more I kind of understand the option to kill Michael.
What was that? What? What was that? Nothing. Ah!
Man, Michael's being held by a Chinese crew because of Trevor.
The irony isn't lost.
Lester would be good at GamingWins.
Hey, sure you don't want to come in?
What, your big empty-ass house? Dog, I'm depressed enough already.
Man, I don't know what Trevor or Michael would do without Frank. Always cutting through the BS to get things done. I mean, just look at the ending I got.
Thug with zero artistic training and nothing interesting to say. I would say you're overqualified.
Huh. So like prank channels and cringe TikToks, right?
Welcome to show business. Nothing but make-believe will ever feel quite real again.
That is an interesting line. Ever since starting YouTube about 2 years back and going full-time, it really does change things about your outlook. I can't imagine showbiz at that.
Davey, where's your boyfriend, Steve?
He's on his way up.
Has been hearing it so much, he can't even be bothered to be upset about the comment. Or are they really secretly boyfriends?
Think I'm a liar, a cheater, some kind of a killer and a thief.
Well, I mean, yeah?
Buy me a car. I mean, firstly, I'm a fat shit that you ruined.
I guess, self-awareness?
Excuse me, I'm trying to write a screenplay.
Shush, woman.
Couldn't get more LA if they wanted it to. Fabian, if only you knew that I've gone through character development and have learned to use my powers for good!
Bro. Jim, you find the ink slinger, sit on him.
I love this mission. Michael's finally seeing Jimmy's weaknesses as strengths. And there it is. The character arc nearing completion through the wise words of Uncle T.
Look out!
That's always the most brutal way to go.
You're a real easy dude to identify with, man. Poor me. Poor me. Man, pour me a drink.
Ain't that the best way to deal with those feelings?
My cut's going to the kids' college fund, if that's any consolation. A couple more scores, they're taken care of.
I ran this guy in every heist, and he's straight up just a Walter White.
Right? Agent Sanchez, apprehend the suspect!
Agent Sanchez, you'll do no such thing.
Well, I'd say that Davey pulling his gun out for Michael is enough to call each other friends.
Hey! If anyone's gonna kill you, old friend, it's gonna be me!
Trevor to the rescue. And of course, he's got the most ridiculous outfit on. I'm telling you, I didn't put him in that.
Whoa! What's up, playa?
Hello, Franklin.
Thank you, Davey, for never talking all weird.
Y'all want me to do? Kill the president? His wife or something? Or invade some fucking country?
Sounds like each one is suited to Franklin, Trevor, and Michael, respectively. I kind of want to call all of Jimmy's gaming and smoking weed a Chekhov's gun, but I'm not sure. How about a win for teabagging your dad?
States? Sure, take what you can carry.
Man, the tension leading up to the bust is so well wound. Every word from Pink Tie feels like they made us, but we just keep going. Man, was this plan so satisfying to do and pull off. It really makes me wonder how plausible doing something like this in reality is.
And I mean, we just took the biggest score in the history of scores. And you just want to moan. My mama never loved me. My friends never loved me. I'm mad because I'm rich.
Well, it's obvious Frank has yet to realize once you've got it all, you're really hard-pressed to find out what makes you happy.
Man, you got a death wish or something. Am I supposed to kill you now?
Death wish shadowing. Then it's a weird choice to give the player, as Trevor's just kind of nuts and not exactly his fault for who he is. Michael is actually kind of the one, and the death wish option is the only one that somewhat narratively is satisfying, given how sparse the game's story really is. But like I mentioned earlier, Death Wish is the best, as all of our boys are finally able to come together and work, not out of pure self-interest and money, but because deep down they actually do care about each other.
Who my homies are, it don't change my family.
You getting me all emotional now. Might have to stop me from sucking your...
Yo, Lamar's been spending way too much time with Trevor.
Where do you want me?
All right, man. You go over there.
Franklin's gone from lowly getaway driver to setting up and running entire jobs. I mean, hell, he goes to war with his boys right here. He's ordering around these professionals, and finally he's taking control of what he wants.
That.
Well, who's the guy who set up Lamar?
Stretch, we want to throw him in?
Man, that 4-hour trip of them bonding in the truck really must have brought T and L together.
Any deviation will lead to confusion and probably failure. We got one shot at this, guys.
Man, I was actually expecting Death Wish to kill off everyone, but actually having them all finally get their revenge is quite cathartic. Finally stop smoking, since old boy has something to live for now.
There's two great evils that bedevil American capitalism, the type that you practice. Number one is outsourcing. Oh, number two, offshoring your profits.
How poetic that Devin dies by those two things. By the hands of the men he outsourced and by being sent offshore.
Ooh, hypocrisy, Franklin. Civilization's greatest virtue.
Jesus, your therapist has a lot to answer for.
And yeah, that was the masterpiece, GTA 5, that Rockstar is still holding on to and beating its corpse. Coming off of GTA 4, RDR 1 and 2, I was actually quite disappointed in the story told here. Maybe I just had too high expectations, but most of the game just felt like filler plot points, while the actual story never really went anywhere. That's not to say I didn't have fun playing through it, and that's where GTA is at its strongest, is the moment-to-moment gameplay and the sheer amount of things you could do in the open world. There are some good moments in the story, not to discredit it too much, as with the parallels I mentioned earlier in Frank and Mike's work, and Michael's relationship with his family, but never did I feel that they go far enough with any of it to really make me care about each of the leads. Trevor and Michael's relationship surrounding Brad is close, but there's never really any growth. They're always bickering almost the entire game. And maybe that's the point, is that they never really do come together like that. And it's supposed to be a little bit more anti-climax in a way. But it was a weird story for sure when it comes to a breakdown, but it was 100% an entertaining one, and that's what really matters. The performances from everyone were out of the park, and the moment-to-moment character wit always had me laughing. Playing through 5 excites me to go back to 4 and review it for the channel someday, as I believe it's a much more focused story with only, the one playable character and a much smaller list of antagonists. What do you think of GTA 5? The script skipped over a lot of stuff in the main story, as I didn't feel it had significance and would be worth talking about. But if you disagree, leave some of your own wins down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Anyway, drive the speed limit, drink some water, and love one another. Pizza.